The Earl of Gloucester is a member of King Lear's court. He's one of the most powerful members of the Kingdom of Britain and is a central character in this play. Uh, he acts as a foil, sort of, to King Lear, as they both experience similar revelations about themselves. And it's brought about through the reorganization of their minds, the traumatic psychological or physical experiences that push their minds to the edge of madness, and that makes them realize a clarity exists around them. For Lear, this is from a form of dementia. For Gloucester, he is blinded as the play progresses, he's blind, loses his sight in his eyes, and this actually, when he's blinded, it allows him to metaphorically to see again, because it starts to allow him to better understand the world around him and the people around him. I'm going to read from Act 4, Scene 1, lines 21 to 27. This is Gloucester speaking. I have no way, therefore want no eyes. I stumbled when I saw, full oft 'tis seen, our means secure us, and our mere defects prove our commodities. O dear son Edgar, the food of thy abused father's wrath, might I but live to see thee in my touch, I'd see I had eyes again. This is Gloucester talking to the old beggar Tom, who he isn't aware is actually his son Edgar, as he leads him to the cliffs of Dover. And this is interesting because he speaks of stumbling when he could see, and because of that begs the old man to leave him be now to find his own way. The stumbling he refers to is his emotional blindness to the world around him. His son Edmund was far too easily able to pull the wool over his eyes and to fool him into thinking that his legitimate son Edgar had tried to murder him and had been part of a plot to dispose of him. And the way that he was tricked, he realizes after, was all too simple. All it was a simple letter, and Gloucester put no second thought into it. There was no sober second thought that allowed him to reevaluate all the decisions. He took the word of his son Edmund's word and ran with it, because he was blinded in the heat of the moment. He was blinded by the truth about his sons. And when he loses his eyesight, it allows his mind to open up. He loses his eyesight, which is a traumatic experience, would be a traumatic experience for everyone. You've lost one of your ways, that your primary way of interpreting things around you, by sight. We look around and we interpret things by what we see, how we see it, colors, shapes, sizes. Everything is projected to our brains through our eyes. We're very visual, and he's lost that. He's lost one of his senses. But yet it opens up his mind, because this is such a traumatic experience that it forces a break in himself, because part of what he fundamentally is, his sight, is gone, and he has to reevaluate and recreate what he is. He essentially is pushed to the edge of his sanity, and when he reemerges as a different person who reevaluates life and reevaluates the people around him. He is determined that he needs to reconcile with his son Edgar. He's determined that he needs to continue to recreate himself as a person who is not bound to the ways of doing things that are institutionalized.